Hey, what's up everyone, it's Synq, bringing you all a guide on how to duo the Great Olm. This guide mainly covers mage skipping and assumes you already know the basics. If you have absolutely no idea what you're doing, I strongly recommend checking out the Remastered Solo Raids guide. You can watch just the part that covers the basics and you should be fine. This video is for beginners and not for max efficiency. If my guides help you out in any way, consider liking the video and subscribing. Here's a general setup to bring into the fight. I won't be spending too much time on this because there's so many different setups. It's entirely up to you on what to upgrade or downgrade. I strongly recommend bringing thralls for this as it helps with consistently turning the head. The rune pouch has smoke, blood, death, and aether runes. This allows you to have thralls, death charge, and vile vigor. Death charge will be used throughout the raid, and vile vigor can be used for restoring stamina. If you only have a regular rune pouch, then make sure you absolutely have thralls. If you struggle with dealing with the flame wall, I recommend bringing a watering can into the fight. This can free you from the flame wall and has 8 charges. Just make sure to fill it before every fight. You can do this by using the geyser in the farming room. You could also use the Gurgler's can from Tithe Farm if you have it. You'll notice that I don't have any melee armor. This setup assumes you're completely new to this, and I personally believe the extra brews can be really helpful. Missouri, Crystal, Eclipse, and God Dragonhide all have ranged accuracy without losing any melee accuracy. If you're using the Dragon Hunter crossbow, make sure you're using enchanted ruby dragon bolts. This setup is for more experienced players. You can get by just fine with 3 restores instead of 4. This surge potion is great because it usually grants you an extra spec. Again, this is just a general setup. Keep bringing more gear when you have more experience. Before you go in, make sure you've equipped both the weapon and shield slot. This is to ensure you're bringing in as many supplies as possible. Friendly reminder that the Book of the Dead can be equipped. A lot of people tend to equip that with the Dragon Hunter crossbow. Once you get more experience, I recommend scaling it to at least a trio raid. Duo points aren't really the best, so this might be worth your time. If you can, bringing in ult is the better choice. The ult can bring in extra supplies for the raid. When you enter Ulm, the ult can also drop these supplies and leave the clan chat. This prevents any point loss. You can also have the ult scout another raid in the meantime. For plugins, I strongly recommend the Chambers of Xeric Editions plugin from Boochoos. Here are my own personal settings. The first thing you'll be doing when you enter the room is speccing the hand. Make sure your melee armor is equipped for this. Before going in, make sure to overload, brew, and restore your stats. This is to make sure your stats and inventory are all topped off. First, we'll be going over the mage skipping role. The more experienced player should be the one taking on the role as the mage skipper. I strongly recommend using the long range attack style as this will make it a lot easier. When you enter Ulm, drop a brew to make space if you need it. Cast the mage thrall and immediately spec the hand. After you spec, make sure you go to this tile. This is because you want to make sure the head turns to the right. Switch into your mage gear and wait for the head to turn. Right when the head turns, run to the left safe spot. Make sure you are always attacking the mage hand after this. The melee hand controls the special attacks. If the melee hand cripples, nothing will happen. But if it doesn't cripple, make sure to dodge the crystal outburst. Then you need to tank basic 1 and keep the head facing the left on the empty event. You absolutely need to make sure not to run to the right too early. After you tank basic 2, immediately run to the right to skip the special. The moment the head turns towards you, run back to the left. Now the Ulm is mage set and you're always skipping specials. Each person tanks a basic attack. Your job is to always tank basic 2 and run the head to make sure the special is always being skipped. The special is being skipped because it's facing the direction where there aren't any players. Timing this is very important. You can click to move the moment you see the head move at all. This means the attack or head turn was already registered and you're immediately free to move. You can also move on the same tick, but this takes a little more practice. This is what it looks like moving too early after basic 1. You need to wait a few seconds to let the head stay on the left during the empty event. This means you've messed up and now you need to fix it. To fix it, pay attention to the next special that happens. After that, count the basic attacks. Your goal is to tank basic 2 and run the head to set it right back up. Once you've tanked basic 2 and ran the head, you can start mage skipping again. If you get a phase specific while mage skipping, do your best to continue attacking. If this is too difficult, then just walk it off. The most important thing is that you're still tanking basic 2 before running to the right. On flame phase, you need to be ready to dodge and null the flame wall. If it's the start of the phase, I'm pretty sure it's too early for basic 1 to ever be a flame wall. However, you should always be tanking basic 2 at the center of the head like this. This ensures that if you do get flame walled, it'll get nulled instead. It's good to get into the habit of this, so you should be doing this on every phase regardless. If you're setting it up in the middle of the phase, make sure to dodge basic 1 like this. This ensures you dodge the flame wall. During the mid phase, I like to summon the mage stall close to the hand. This lowers the travel distance. The start of phase 2 is almost the exact same thing as phase 1. After you run to this tile, switch into your mage gear. You have time for 1 hit before running to the left. Now do the exact same thing you did for phase 1 to start mage skipping. Once you've killed the mage hand, start killing the melee hand. Make sure to summon the melee thrall. The mage skipper usually sits at the thumb, so you guys can meet up for the portal swap. If you get flame walled, make sure not to panic. You have plenty of time to douse the flame wall and dodge any room mechanics. For example, in this clip, I get flame walled at the same time a crystal special was going to happen. I was able to douse the flame wall and step away from the crystals. Then I'm free to run away without taking any damage. If you get trailed, try your best to continue attacking the hand without ragging your partner, or just walk it off. On phase 3, spec as many times as you can and stay on the melee hand. Your goal is to get the hand down to around 10 to 15%. After the portal swap happens, I recommend skipping the healing hand special attack. After basic 2, run the head to skip the special. Then you can continue meleeing the hand or start mage skipping. If you start maging, don't forget the mage thrall. To mage skip, start doing it the same way as before. However, now there's a chance for you to get flame walled on basic 1. Make sure to dodge basic 1 like this, then set up mage skipping as usual. Once both hands are low enough HP, I recommend killing the melee hand first. This is because if you kill the mage hand first, you run the risk of the melee hand healing. Kill both hands and switch into your range gear. Make sure to summon the range thrall. Your goal as the mage skipper is to turn the head so each player tanks 1 basic attack. By standing on the left side, the head will stay centered. Tank the hit around this area to make sure the head turns to the right after. When you tank this hit, try accommodating for the flame wall. You can do this by either dodging it or by nulling it. Once the head starts turning to the right, run to the left so you don't take an extra hit. Then just rinse and repeat until the raid is over. If the Great Olm fires healing pools at you, it's very easy to time when to reach them. Going early and running off doesn't do anything, and you need to make sure you're there for the final tick. The final tick is the same tick the head does its next attack, so you can either click to run the second you see the attack or try timing it perfectly. As the other player, your job is the easiest. Keep in mind, I don't recommend using the Eye of Ayak for this role. The attack range is shorter and it isn't really viable for beginners. If you're the one with the eye, I recommend being the Mage Skipper. Once you enter Olm, go to the far safe spot of wherever it spawns. Spec the hand and immediately switch into your Mage Gear. You absolutely need to make sure you are on the long range attack style. Attack the Mage Hand and make sure you never go past this tile. Going past this tile will cause the head to face the center. If you get crystalled, it should be easy enough to keep damaging the hand. However, you absolutely do not want to attack on this lane. This causes you to get dragged out. You can, however, use this lane instead. If you get acid trailed, I recommend just walking it off. If you're skilled enough, here's an example on how to acid walk. If you get flame walled, make sure to douse the right side. If you're skilled enough, you can also time nulling the flame wall like this. If you're using the shadow on the west side, you can permanently stand on this lane and always null any flame walls. Remember that this only works on the west side. For melee, your job is to always null any flame walls while also being able to dodge any lightning. If you've watched my guide, you know you can null the flame wall here. Wait for basic 2 and step away from the wall. Then be prepared to run through the potential lightning. If there's no chance of a flame wall, stand here instead. From here, it's much easier to react to the lightning attack. When the portal swap happens, you should wait for one basic attack before grouping up. This is because the attack could be something dangerous like the deep burn. For the head phase, your job remains the same. Attack the head and make sure you stay in your area no matter what. Null any flame walls by standing in this area on the north side. On the south side, null any flame walls by standing in this area. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. If you still have more questions or you're confused about something, make sure to check out the Remastered Solo Raids guide. You can also try catching me while I'm live streaming. Thank you all for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care, everyone.